Hello everybody, it is All Night is a Brony time and welcome back to Let's Play Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy Dual Destinies. We are here about to present the piece of evidence to explain to Robin why what we heard in the video was so important. And of course, it is this tape recorder.
Take that!
I'm sure you remember this. It contains a female voice shouting a violent threat. I'll play it for you. Your Honor, the voice and performance do sound similar, but I can't believe this is happening. It's just a possibility, but if the voice on this tape is really a recording, one made from the mock trial video, then that means this evidence was fabricated. They didn't get to do a voice print analysis in time for court today. That's why the gender of the voice became so important. If the real killer had foreseen that gender would become a key in today's trial, he would have tried to deflect attention away from himself by making the suspect female. So basically, the only one with something to gain from doing this is our sole male suspect. Wait a second. No way! Professor Mean's credo is the end justifies the means. So it makes perfect sense that a student who took those words to heart would fabricate evidence. We need to get that tape analyzed as soon as possible. Allow me to assist you, Assad. Prosecutor Gavin, at least make some kind of noise so we know you're there. It's go big or go home, Fifth Rock. Star entrances, Fraulein. Timing is everything. Let me take a copy of that tape right now, and I'll get you the results as soon as I can. I trust that would be alright? Very much so, thanks. Well, Athena, it's almost sundown. It's about time we head over to the detention center. I think Junie will agree that this is something that could prove her innocence, but will her heart really be open to accepting it? She had to have known this is what I'd find. That about covers the main gist of our investigation. I see. Very interesting. You've been quite the busy beaver today. Thank you for all your hard work, Athena. Well, my time's about up, and it will be getting dark soon, so... Junie! You must be tired after being on your feet all day. You should go home and... No, wait! You have to listen to me. I don't want to hear anymore. I know what you're going to say, Athena. Junie, you promised. So please just listen to what I have to say. Once you've heard me out, I'll let you decide what to do. The voice in this recording has been proven to be yours, Junie. In the mock trial video, we can hear you reading your line from the script. We're having both of them analyzed now, but from what I can tell, the voices are the same. And the only one who'd benefit from faking the voice recording would be Hugh. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, you confessed in order to protect me. This may sound strange, but his confession is a ploy to make himself look less suspicious. In other words, he was just pretending to protect you. Besides, his confession came after you and Robin had already confessed. If he hadn't confessed right then as well, wouldn't that have seemed a little suspicious? Say what you will, Athena. None of us would hurt a fly, let alone kill someone. He's a gifted student. He gets outstanding grades and never causes trouble. Uh-oh. Wait, Athena. My bracelet reacted just now. It did? But why? Junie, can you look me in the eye and repeat what you just said? None of us would hurt a fly, let alone kill someone. He was a gifted student. He gets outstanding grades and never causes trouble. Now I'm sure of it. She's lying.
Gotcha!
Juniper, you start coughing when you're under stress. Juniper, you start coughing when you're under stress. Can't hide from me, no matter how hard you try. When you said it never causes trouble, cough escaped and made your scarf flutter. As for why you were stressed, it's because you were lying. Junie, you're trying to hide Hugh's connection to this case, aren't you? And I believe that also ties into a secret about yourself. A secret about me? I don't understand. He ended the friendship after he found out Junie's secret, which means he must have felt betrayed by Junie, making her the snitch. You were Professor Court's snitch, weren't you? And while fulfilling that role, you learned something about Hugh you'd rather forget. I don't know what you're talking about. Junie, please, stop hiding things from me. I hate having to force things out of you like this. Looks like we're going to have to do this the hard way. Time to review the evidence and see if I can't prove my hypothesis. I must have something that proves Junie's the snitch and Hugh's connection to the case.
Take that!
Right here in Professor Court's planner, it says, routine report. I believe this is meant to mean when the snitch would report into Professor Court. I also believe Professor Court planned to meet Hugh in private based on the snitch's info. And from their meeting, Hugh must have put two and two together and figured out your secret. So you see, it all makes sense. Only if you're the snitch, Junie. I'm sorry, I'm not good at doing girl crying. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me, Thena. I've been lying to you this whole time. The truth is I suspected you from the start. You did? Now this is a surprise. Now this is a surprise. I'm so sorry. I've talked about friendship so much, but I've been a terrible friend. Juniper, I don't have that special kind of hearing that Athena does, but I don't need to sense the pain you're feeling inside. And its intensity is directly proportional to how you feel about your friend. Am I right? Apollo! Please, Junie, tell me why you suspected Hugh. I have a feeling that would be the key to getting to the bottom of this whole case. What exactly was your role as class snitch? Professor Court had told me how Academy alumni had strayed from the path of justice. The dark age of the law. The dark age of the law, huh? She didn't want any more of our students going astray like that. But few others at the Academy shared her view. I thought her ideas were beautiful, though sad and unrealistic. She asked you to be her eyes and ears, didn't she? I used to report to her once a month about any wrongdoings I'd seen or heard about. That report section in the planner, the one from October 22nd, was part of that? Yes. That's when I reported Hugh to Professor Court. She snitched on her own friend? I had accidentally overheard Hugh talking. What did you hear? He was talking to someone on the phone. I think it was one of his parents. What were they talking about? Something about having paid money for good test scores. I only overheard him talking, so I never did find out who the money was going to. What? That's bribery! Who's buying his way through school? And if that's the case, then evidence that always seemed out of place might actually be about his secret. Is it this?
Take that!
We found this while we were investigating the stage. It's got Hugh's name on it. I didn't know what the number meant at the time, but now that I'm hearing about bribes, must mean that a bribe of 120 grand was paid in October. What's more, take a look at this mark. That mark, the same mark, is on the page as a Professor Court's planner. Hey, you're right! Wait, but why did Professor Court have that kind of information in her planner? I don't really think the person who was taking the bribe money was. It's just a possibility at this point, but it may indeed have been Professor Court. But... That is impossible! She'd be the last person I ever suspect of accepting bribes. Like I said, it's just a possibility. A rather good one. Maybe their private talk had to do with the possibility of the bribery being exposed. And what started out as a little argument soon got out of hand. It's not your fault, Judy. Anybody would have suspected Hugh if they knew what you knew. No, I don't believe that I alone would have driven him to murder. There's another reason why I suspected Hugh. You've got to be kidding me. There's another reason? I saw Hugh around 7 p.m. the day before the mock trial. Oh, so she's finally ready to talk about that. When I saw him, his... Oh, Tina, Junie, are you alright? Just try to relax and tell me what happened.
I never wanted to see what I did, but I'll have to live with it, won't I? In that hallway, Hugh's hands... His hands were dripping with blood.
His hands were dripping with blood. I don't know why we needed that repeated. What? But why? What am I going to do? Deep down, I know you can't be the killer. But my mind keeps telling me he is. No matter how hard I try to convince myself he isn't. Oh, what am I going to do? Hugh, he's... I can't take this anymore. Tina! So she hid the fact that she had seen Hugh and said she went home at 6 because she wants you to avoid talking about what she saw? Junie, it must have been terrible holding... Oh, sorry. Junie, it must have been terrible holding all of that in. But it's going to be okay. I'll get to the bottom of this. And that's my promise from one good friend to another. I'll be defending Juniper tomorrow. If that's okay with you, Professor Means. My main concern is whether you can defeat that prosecutor. But I won't try to stop you. I will be watching from the gallery. And I shall look forward to seeing what sort of results your methods can produce. Good luck tomorrow. Now, if you would excuse me. Tina, I'm sorry. I really mean it. I wish I had trusted you from the start. You have to uncover the truth tomorrow. I know you can do it. Don't worry. We already know what the prosecution's that the prosecution's key piece of evidence is a fake. Thanks to you, we figured out the motive, too. Let's give this our best shot, Athena. Let tomorrow be the day that Juniper walks free. I wouldn't have it any other way. We should be all ready now. What could possibly go wrong this time? Oh, why'd you say that? Now, of course, everything's gonna go wrong. Still, there's a strange, uneasy feeling I can't shake. I'd better be imagining it. You aren't. I can guarantee you that you're not imagining anything. Were you able to sleep last night? Huh? Oh, sleep. Sure, I slept. For a grand total of 0 hours. Guten Morgen, you two. You look like you're ready to put on a real show. But before you do, I have a good luck gift for you. The voice print analysis came back, and the results couldn't be more clear. The voice in the mock trial video and the tape recording are one and the same. In other words, the recording's a fabrication. The lab is continuing their study of the tape. So far, they've found signs of overdubbing, but it's going to take a bit longer to recover the audio that was erased. Who's there? Wait. Did you see who it was? No, I got a quick look, but they got away. I think it might have been Hugh. I bet he was eavesdropping. Wonder if he saw our hand. Oh, I'm sure he wasn't the only one just now. I bet Robin and Boxgirl were listening in too. I will make sure they don't make a run for it. That is my final gift to you. Okay. All that's left now is to reach out to the truth. Time for a mini course of steel workout. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. Your turn. I'm Athena Sykes, and I'm fine. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods. The Sykes Brigade is totally psyched. I mean, the defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready as well. I mean, isn't that right, Professor Blackwell? Yes, well, moving right along. Yesterday's adjournment was unexpected, yet necessary. But I'll be running a tight ship here today, so no funny business from anybody, understood? Your baldness, Robin Newman and Hugh O'Connor have recanted their confessions, but later I shall grill them at leisure to find whether I can charge them with perjury. Well, this sure complicates matters. Still, one must not overlook the facts. Now about the school camera photo that was submitted yesterday. A pity, but that evidence is no longer relevant to this case. The Archroom clock runs fast. It cannot function as an accurate measure of time. As for the bungling detective who overlooked that, he is paying for his failure as we speak. Poor Detective Fulbright. I hope he returns to work with all his body parts intact. But if that's the case, then what will we... The accused is the sole person who could have moved the body from art room to stage. And I mean to prove it here this day. Just like Detective Fulbright said. What else does he have up his sleeve? My understanding of this heinous crime is thus. The murder took place near the center of the art room, as evidenced by the bloodstain. Blood was also found on some pottery next to the window over the maintenance area, which is to say that the body was carried over to that very window. From there, it was dropped down to the maintenance area below, and though there was nary a scratch to the body aside from the fatal wound, that too was per the script. A high jump mat was employed to cushion the fall. Then a ball cart was used to haul the body over the stage. That's not very clever. I mean, it's the same exact body moving scheme as the script. Anyone could have moved the body that way. Your propensity to spew forth words before you think is not very clever either. Why, you... Moreover, the prosecution has a witness, which is most unfortunate for you. Witness, it's time for you to come forth. Well then, will the witness please state his name and occupation? Hugh O'Connor. I'm a senior at... Hugh O'Connor. I'm a senior at Themis Legal Academy, and I'm studying to be a lawyer. Yesterday I told the lawyer there that I would testify to the truth, so I intend to cooperate fully in today's trial. Happy now, Miss Sykes? What's he up to now? The court appreciates your cooperation, Mr. O'Connor. Now your testimony, please. The lecture hall was packed before the mock trial, but the rest of the campus was empty. That's when I saw Juniper dragging a large mat from behind the stage. I was watching her from a vantage point between the stage and the maintenance area. She was heading towards me, so I assumed she was on her way to the maintenance area, but I didn't have time to stand around and see what she did after that. The real truth hurts so much, doesn't it, Miss Sykes? Or maybe you thought I was going to bring up something else entirely against your client? Never a snappy comeback when I need one. He's coming straight at us today, using any means possible. To protect the students who had climbed up high when setting up the stage, a mat was brought over to the stage from the storehouse. Our client is the student council president. What's wrong with her taking it upon herself to put the mat away after they've used it? Oh, there's plenty wrong. There is but one mat in the entire school that could cushion a fall from such lofty heights. Ergo, the mat in question was indispensable to moving the body. It sucks being the last to know everything. I think I get it now. The drag marks we saw behind the stage was made by the mat. If the only mat of that thickness was where the body is assumed to have been dropped, it would be hard to deny a possible link to the case. We're off to a bad start again. You sure you're okay, Athena? It's game on, Hugh. Game on. I'm not going to turn your arrogant perfect score grin into a teary-eyed... I'm going to turn your arrogant perfect score grin into a teary-eyed frown of failure. So, you saw the back of the stage from between the stage and the maintenance area. Well, let's take a look at this photo taken by Miss Scuttlebutt, shall we? This photo shows the students setting up the stage the day before the mock trial. Do you see the big construction screen to the right of the stage in the background here? Why, yes, in fact, there were a bunch of those next to my house until a few days ago. It was so noisy behind there, but I couldn't take a peek. Oh, how it piqued my interest. Exactly, Your Honor. You cannot see past those screens. That is their purpose. Now let's see, how exactly is that screen positioned again? Aha! Since it was to the right of the stage, it should be right here. And from this vantage point, the witness claims to have seen our client behind the stage backdrop. Oh my, but the screen would have been completely in the way. That's right. Therefore, the witness couldn't have possibly seen our client from this point. Oh. Order. Mr. O'Connor, have you been lying to this court? The screen. Right. It must have slipped my mind. What? Are you telling me you, Mr. Genius, forgot something as literally big as that? There are two kinds of memory lapses. The normal kind you mouth breathers have. And the genius-level lapses of memory that people like me have. Oh, you fucking cheating prick. Why don't you just admit that it was a normal, everyday brain fart already? Will the witness now please restate what he remembers minus the lapses of memory? Huh, that's easy. I was on the other side of the screen. In other words, I witnessed Juniper from the stage side of the screen.
Objection!
You are testifying that our client was behind the stage. But need I remind this court, the back of the stage is not visible from the front. To actually see our client behind the stage from the stage side of the screen, the witness himself would also have to be in the same area behind the stage. But in that case, Mr. Client would have definitely seen Mr. O'Connor. Nice one, Athena. Keep it up. Alright, golden boy. Is this not your chance? Telling the truth will be like a weight lifted from your chest. The truth? What truth? The fact that Golden Boy here was where he initially stated. That is to say, he was between the maintenance area and the stage.
Objection!
Then the screen would have been blocked his view of...
Objection!
Oh, the ground, yes, his view would have been blocked indeed. But considering how smoke always wants to rise up high. Athena, look at that photo again. Do you think something on the other side of the screen? Something high enough to see the stage? No way! This crane right here? But I don't remember seeing a crane there on the day of the mock trial. Me neither. But it's probably safe to assume it was moved before you found the body. That's far enough, Prosecutor Blackwell. Remember, you promised. I recall making no such promises. It was you who came blabbering to me about keeping quiet in exchange for information. Ah, what's all this about a promise? This is about whatever Blackwell is using. What's this? Oh, sorry, I thought it was Apollo because it's Athena, but she's talking to Apollo. What's all this about a promise? Is this about whatever Blackwell is using against him? What's it got to do with going into the crane? Golden Boy did not go up in that crane for fun. He was working part-time as a crane operator within school grounds. What? Do you mean to tell me a high school student was operating a crane? The witness, I object to the prosecutor's last statement. There's no proof I ever operated that crane. Actually, there just might be something that proves you did. What? It's the whole part-time job thing is true. I doubt it would be limited to a single day. You were probably working at the same site the previous day, too. Is this what you're thinking of, Athena? Yep, as the court can see, this photo captured the crane's operator. And if you look carefully, he bears a definite resemblance to Mr. O'Connor. Are you serious? That is ridiculous. How very interesting. Let's ascertain whether this is ridiculous, as the witness maintains. The defense agrees with the prosecution. Let's bring the facts to light. That's all very well and good, but just how do you propose to do that? The person in this photo has one really distinguishing feature. I'm not 100% sure, but it's at least worth a try. You can clearly identify the person in this photo as the witness by examining, and we will choose what that is next time on a Dual Destinies. Yeah, so here we go. I don't really know where this is going yet. We're still in early things. I think we're just here to kind of learn how shady Hugh it really is, but I don't know if he did it or not. I'm not certain. I mean, at this point, it's really only him who could have done it, but I guess we'll see. But until then, thank you all for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe every time for more content, especially more Dual Destinies. Also, make sure to share this video far and wide so we can get more eyes on this series, and I will see you next time.